Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Y'all, there is a new case out in these true crime streets. Oh, yes. We have another Utah parent who allegedly did the unthinkable. Oh, yes, I'm talking about none other than Miss Jennifer Gladhill. Ooh, I got to tell you about it. Buckle your seatbelt. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. That helps other people find us. Also, check us out over on Facebook. Where am I? Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Okay, so look. Jennifer Gladhill was living over there in Utah. You know, I don't know what part. I know our Utahns are like northern Utah, southern Utah. I don't know. And just so you know, don't get nervous, Utah friends. She is not one of these murderous Mormon moms. I mean, she's definitely an accused unaliver, but she's not LDS. So congratulations. Okay, so look, this is what happened. She and her husband had a little argument, right? Sometimes married people fight. That happens. So she and her husband had a little argument. And she's like, I'm real sick of you. Now, look, let me just put a whole big old allegedly in front of all of this. This is what I heard. If you come in here for news, then honey, you are definitely on the wrong channel. This is gossip, rumor, and innuendo. So I'm just going to tell you what I heard. Facts. Not F-A-C-T-S. F-A-X. Stuff I heard. Stuff I found out. And I watched like 3 YouTube videos about this lady. So clearly I know every single thing. Okay, so look. Allegedly. She and her husband had a fight and it was on video, right? And so she was like, I'm real sick of him. He got a lot of mouth. I got this other boyfriend on the side. Let me just, okay, I think I need to clean my gun in his general direction. So allegedly he was laying in bed and she right into his head, right? 2 times. And then she was just like, okay, that made a mess. And so she cleaned up the whole situation like you do, because, you know, tidiness. You want to be a good housekeeper, right? And then she called her boyfriend and was like, hey, boy, hey, listen, I done unfortunately unalive my husband. And the boyfriend was like, what? You did what? And she's just like, here's the thing. For the first time probably ever, the boyfriend, when he heard that this lady has unfortunately unalived her husband, he got the ick. I was like, oh, normally they like, oh, good girl, that means now we can be together. But this dude was like, no, this has left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, I love diddling your kibbles and bits and stuff, even though you had a husband and that's wildly immoral. But unfortunately, unaliving people, no, I am not with that. So he was like, okay. Yeah, girl, that sounds real good. Let me call you right back. And the next time they spoke, the boyfriend recorded her. Which I was like, yay, team boyfriend. I mean, sir, you should not have been diddling the kibbles and bits of a very obviously married woman. But now since she's a homicidal lady, then I'm real glad. And so she was just like, he was like, okay, speak clearly and slowly. Tell me what happened again, baby. I love you. And he recorded every single word. And then he was like, okay, I got to run now, girl. Bye. Hello, police. You're not going to believe what this heifer done told me. And so later, when they talked, the boyfriend was like, girl, I can't with this. And he's like, wait. She's like, wait. I feel like you got the ick. I mean, these are not quotes. I'm summarizing. Hang on. So she spent a whole bunch of time trying to unick the situation. She clearly is a shut up school dropout. This channel is built on the back of shut up school dropouts. This heifer, she ain't know how to shut up. So the boyfriend worked with the police to collect evidence against the heifer and then turned everything into the popo. And I was like, yay, boyfriend. Even though you have a scumbag for sleeping with that married lady. You knew she was married. Anyway, so the state of Utah goes up and talks to the judge like, Judge, now that y'all done arrested her felonious behind, let's lay out all the evidence. First, there's a video of them arguing. And then when the police went in to execute a search warrant, they found blood or a blood-like substance. Blood on the bed, the carpet, the wall, inside of a container. And then reportedly, she put the body in a container, like one of those containers that you put on the roof of your car if you're going to go like camping or whatever. I don't know about camping. I don't know why you'd put a container on the roof of your car, but some people do. Anyway, she put the husband allegedly in this rooftop container and then slid it down the stairs. And I thought, oh, she's handy too. I can appreciate that. Mostly in non-felonious, non-murderous people. But okay, cool. So she slid the container down the stairs. This is what she told her boyfriend. And then she drove out of town and dug a hole and buried the body. All this seemed like too much cardio to me. Child, isn't divorce easier and way, way less cardio? No. And then she turned off her phone for 2.5 hours and she was like, oh, I'm gonna have to pick up these kids soon. Hello, mom and dad. Hey, I know the kids are staying with you. Sure, they having a good time. Hi, honey. Put grandma back on the phone. Mom, I'm gonna need you to watch them for another day. So her mother was like, of course, I love my grandbabies. So she extended the babysitting for another night with the grandparents. And she's like, okay, cool. Whew. This gives me plenty of time to do some really nice house cleaning. Now, did she call Bubbles house cleaners or whoever works there in the local Utah area? She like, this gonna be a DIY kind of situation. I need to clean all of this up. So she cleaned the house and then she takes all the bedding and the rug and the pillows, even the throw pillows. Girl, you had to throw away some good throw pillows. That seems like a crying shame. Anyway, she got everything together and she bundled it up and threw it away. The rug, the bedding, pillows, everything, right? And then she threw away the gun. This is what I heard in court on several YouTube videos, right? This mountain of evidence against her. And then her defense attorney stands up and is like, Your Honor, there are two sides to every story. And I was like, okay, defense, I'm dying to hear what you have to say. Okay, not dying, because if I say that around this heifer, she might take it too far. I'm very, very curious as to what you have to say. He was like, Your Honor, there are two sides to every story. You have to consider everything in context. And I was like, what is the context where she's trying to unick her boyfriend about the alleged unfortunate unaliving she has committed and then confessed to in detail? Please, sir, tell me every single thing. And he's just like, I mean, there's no body. Not because she buried it. Just, he is like a military dude. He could have gone out. He might be hiding right now. Okay. He's like, there's no weapon. We're not going to talk about the fact that most criminals at least try and get rid of the weapon. Okay. And then the defense attorney's like, there was not enough DNA. And the husband couldn't even fit into that container. So, Your Honor, obviously she didn't do it. Just because his blood was inside the container and on the rug and on the bedding that they found, that doesn't mean she did it. And the state was like, listen. I appreciate that this Mama Luke is over here trying to give us some crazy story about how maybe she didn't do it when obviously it is really, really, really obvious that she did. We had this whole mountain of evidence. And Your Honor, can we circle back to the container? Now listen, yes, her husband was kind of big and the container was also kind of big. Yes, it would have been heavy. We don't know how she got him in that container. Now in my mind, when I heard about the rooftop container, she just origamied him up, like folded his leg. I don't know how origami works. I can't even make one of them little cranes. But maybe she could do a lot of stuff. She knew how to get rid of blood, a gun, shoot people, talk too much. She knew how to do a whole lot of stuff. So the state was like, we all know she ain't cut him up. Like, that's not what they said, but that's the spirit of what they said. They were like, we don't know how she got him in there. It might not have been that heavy. Off with their heads. And they were like, also, there was plenty of DNA. We only needed a little tiny bit to figure out that was her husband's DNA. Plus, everybody is afraid of this heifer. Her ex-boyfriend, the in-laws, everybody is afraid of her. And then the state brought in her boyfriend, like didn't bring him in physically, but they brought in his words. And I was like, oh, tell me every single thing the way I love other people's business. So the lover, according to her boyfriend, she apologized and she's like, look, I'm really, really sorry. Can we just go back? Like, can you remember how I was before I told you about the unfortunate unaliving? I mean, I feel like you're taking this all wrong. This was part of her unick effort, which, spoiler alert, did not work. See, also, he called the police on her behind. I was like, I'm turning this heifer in because she dangerous. And so she was like, I feel like you're misunderstanding me. Sir, that means you're in trouble. When she feels misunderstood, she doesn't resolve that through like calm talking, meditation, and probably dinner. Seems like she solves misunderstandings with a gun, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I forget all the things you're supposed to say to not get sued, but just imagine that I said them right here. Okay. Anyway, so she's like, I mean, when you got afraid of me after I confessed to unfortunately unaliving my husband, it really broke my heart. It made me feel like you don't really know who I am. I mean, I always think of myself as the queen of hearts, you know? If somebody is doing bad things, just off with their head. If left up to me, I could clean up this entire situation. I could get rid of all the bad people. Ma'am. Hate to point this out to you. You're one of the bad people that we would want to get rid of. I know that probably hurts your feelings, which is why I'm saying it here on the internet from an undisclosed location in Nebraska. Ma'am, you need to stay locked up. I understand that your heart is broken because your boyfriend knows now that you're an unfortunate unaliver. And why did this have to say? No, the boyfriend was like, okay, I'm trying to get you to understand, homicidal maniac. I mean, honey, imagine that the tables were turned, right? If I called you and I said, I have unfortunately unalived somebody, what would you think? And she's like, right, only this is how you have to think about it. I only do that to bad people. He wasn't human. I mean, I just got rid of something that wasn't human. At the time that they had this conversation, the husband had not yet been reported missing. Yet the eagle-eyed police noticed, oh, she's talking about him in the past tense. We're looking at the dates on this. This was before he was reported missing, before he allegedly ran off with his super secret military skills. And also, she has not yet revealed the location of his mortal remains. So as we speak, he's rotting in the ground someplace. Apparently, she took the container back because they got the container, but they don't have the body or pieces of the body. Now look, she turned her phone off for them 2 hours. She went out in the woods or whatever. And she's just like, you can't, I'm deciding to remain silent. Oh, now you want to shut up. Now you remember shut up classes. Remember, you did not graduate. You was a dropout girl. You have shut up too late. This not gonna go good for you. And so the judge was like, very learned Utah judge. The way we love our Utah judges. Hey, they're Utah judges. I know none of y'all are watching this, but that's okay. If somebody wants to clip this and send it to a Utah judge, I'm not gonna be mad about it. Anyway, the Utah judge was like, yes, I understand. The state was like, can we say one more thing? Everybody's scared. Her kids are scared. She might unfortunately unalive herself. The boyfriend is currently hiding under his bed, shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, you got to keep this heifer locked up. And the defense was like, Your Honor, you could put an ankle monitor on her and she crosses her heart and hopes to die and really, really promises hard that she will not, unfortunately, unalive him. And no, her fingers are not crossed behind your back. Have to take your hands from behind your back. Take your hands from behind your back. She doesn't have the ability to cross her toes. So clearly you can trust her. Uncross your toes, heifer, uncross your toes. And the judge was like, right. Okay. I hear what you're saying, everybody. Thank you so much for your thoughtful and kind arguments. And I have weighed everything and I've thought it over and I've decided, girl, you dangerous. You dangerous. Super duper dangerous. So you're going to have to stay in jail. And Miss Jennifer sat there like, back straight. She had excellent posture. Her hair was pulled into a tight ponytail. Her glasses were up. She was sitting there paying very close attention, plotting other people's unfortunate unalivings in her mind. You know, listen, she gonna have to go to jail. The judge says she's dangerous. She can't get out on bond. Their next hearing is in 2 weeks. And she was sitting there like, I wonder what kind of zuzus and wham-whams I'm going to be able to get over at the jail. And so everybody was like, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. And she just sat there quietly, murdering people with her mind. If you ask me, I'm not in her mind. I don't know nothing about it. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep a real close eye on this story, y'all. She's in jail. So curtain twitchers, stand down. We don't have to keep an eye out for her. But you know, keep an eye out. We are the Neighborhood Watch. I will see you soon. Bye.